Navi's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Navi's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Treant Protector.
Navi's turn to pick.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Navi's turn to pick.
Ogre Magi!
Dire team pick.
Axe.
Navi's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Navi's turn to ban.
It's game 3, and the game of Vega Squadron versus Treant Protector.
Dire
So
team
I'm
ban.
already, if you ask my feelings about this, the draft matchup so far, I'm
turn
already
to
leaning towards Vega Squadron just because they have.
Disruptor.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, you just take towers. He's so
10 seconds
annoying.
remaining.
Magnus Ogre though, I have to wonder though if they're gonna go for
5 seconds remaining.
like I think it was a great suggestion that you made last game.
Navi's
I think
turn
it
to pick.
because of the Storm Spirit and the Fever, it was a little less viable, but I think they this time around they could ban around it for that 5th ban. Not sure which year,
10 seconds remaining.
but we are gonna have a troll this time.
5 seconds remaining.
Kind of takes away from no
Reserve time.
Ursa, no troll. There's still PA, but I feel like that's easily the lesser of the top empower carries. You know, like you've got Troll and Ursa, which are way far ahead. The ones,
Reserve time.
and then there was Lifestealer and Juggernaut,
Dire
but I feel
team
like both
pick.
those heroes have kind of off in the meta. And then there's PA, like she's like the third. Like, oh, yeah, it's like I guess we have to pick this one up.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But then it doesn't actually do enough for you in. Yeah, they absolutely are. Finn is completely unreliable now. You can't use this Juggernaut to like best Juggernaut games are games where you favorable matchup against an offlane hero, so you can kind of inhibit the offlaners, and then you can also split push waves freely, where you could just always bin TP. But now you've got Entangle from Train Protector, you've got the Bash from Train Protector, you've got Axe's Call, you've got Troll's Bash as well. So all three of those heroes have something to be able to catch the Juggernaut when he's spinning. That is not reliable. So I feel like they're going to utilize this Juggernaut more as team fighting carry, and they're going to have more of a carry style mid. That I am like really set on. I don't think they're going to do a Dendy Magnet. I think this is going to be General's hero, and they're going to pick up something. Maybe the Dusa. They don't quite have this synergy with it. I guess they've got Ogre, but maybe the OD. I don't know, something like just a regular SF. I'm kind of hesitant about Invoker, just because I feel like he's right now, and I've talked to a couple people. In fact, one of them was
Shadow Shaman.
Blitza was actually the one who.
Navi's turn to ban.
It doesn't feel the hero.
Ten seconds remaining.
Oh yeah, I think it's a caster favorite hero.
5
So like, I
seconds
think every caster I know, when there's like a mid left open, every caster's like, "What about Invoker?" Because we just all like seeing that hero. But Templars, that's I forgot about that hero. Good thing that would have been a great mid for Vega Squadron to have.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Feeling a little nervous now. Like, Vega Squadron banned away the Bat Rider. Maybe they are going to give this to. Not feeling it, but.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I think we're looking for Bristleback.
Navi's
Yeah,
turn
this
to
hero's
pick.
been an NA hero for. But I think it's gonna get big. Bristleback. Every single time I watch it, takes over games. Hard to lane against for most of these heroes. It takes over like at 15 minutes. It starts taking
10
over and it doesn't
seconds
let go. And
remaining.
you push past 40 minutes and
5 seconds remaining.
he is just such a mid-game dom that
Reserve
think he
time.
works out to be an excellent mid, especially when you better carry in the safe lane for. Depending on the matchup, like if it's Magnus, then Bristleback is easily going to be. I don't think there are many heroes that Bristleback doesn't want to. Like SF, for example, is a Navi pickup, but it doesn't do well. I don't think
Timbersaw.
Timbersaw? Yeah, Timber. That was the most odd. Gonna be a Dendy Timber. Timbersaw is just kind of okay. Needed something. Like, deal with the Bristleback first, and then think about the troll later. Kind of the philosophy.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Going forward, like Bristleback, he can just sometimes walk away from you for a Timbersaw, and I don't know, maybe Atos or something. Atos maybe still isn't an item. I don't know. I'm not sure what the answer is.
mean, the Timbersaw was best answer that they could still easily outplay Vega Squadron because they have so many. Right? He, Static Storm, Timbersaw cuts down the Bristleback, and the other heroes are paper. So, you know, they can still definitely Vega Squadron left, but I think inherently Vega Control does feel like it's a carry that is somewhat unanswered. Early on, they do have the Omni Slash. That's probably one of their abilities that combined with the pure damage. But later on to the game, I think Juggernaut just takes the damage and...
All right. Well, we're going to have to see how it ends up going. Game number 3, all on the line. It's going to be the mid Bristleback. I think the first time that I saw this was Thunderbirds actually running it mid during the group stages for Kiev, if I'm not mistaken. That was when it really started to feel like it was coming out. Right.
Brought that hero. Levy was kind of...
Mm-hmm. Right.
A lot of North have in turn picked up Bristle. Thunderbird's running it. What are the other heroes? You know, because the meta always still develops after.
Right.
It's like those heroes they were talking. That takes over them.
Oh, wow. Silent, I think, just baited a Sentry Ward mid. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he just walked over there with what looked like an empty slot while he was smoked up. They broke the smoke, and then they placed down a Sentry mid. So, sick. Well played. But yeah, so interesting little movements too. It looks like Dendy is going to be playing out of the safe lane. They want to try and match him up against the Axe, and that means that it's going to be the Juggernaut Pycat playing mid. What do you think about this choice?
The battle begins.
Oh, G?
Let me get how it fully plays.
Yeah.
Think Vega Squad.
Yeah.
Troll matched not sure how it early on Bristle he has to constantly do this reactive arm. Physical damage. Early on it can be over. Once you start getting level 4. Real difficult. Same kind of laning phase impact.
Too bad.
Out and, well, Viver also going to take some damage here as well. They are going to be able to burn through it and also tear him apart a little bit as well. So double strength heroes against Navi down here with Dendy having it. It's going to be a little bit of a chore. But mid lane, they go on to G. Gonna be able to draw first blood, but he is shackled underneath the tower and able to switch the aggro over. Seneko saving the life, but is it gonna be enough? Pycat alive, but oh my god, Silent hits pretty hard. He might just get a double here. He is gonna pop that clarity. Seneko needs to get a pop off on this, but he might actually just turn to break the clarity first and then take Roshan, but Rosh will do it. Silent also gets his clarity, and now the pull into Roshan for the creeps. This is a little bit awkward. Let's see this every day.
If you saw that, that should have been a clean win for Navi because Pycat switched the aggro to the Ogre, but then he switched it back to himself by clicking on Silent. The attack Silent, the aggro went back onto Pycat, and he took 2 shots from the tower, which killed. And now, because the Ogre suicides on Roshan, Pycat just lost wave. So he only just now picks up level 2, while G's has level 2. It starts off with a really good first blood and what should be a clean escape for Navi, but a little bit of misplays from side and
well, 1-1, and as far as the lane is concerned, it's certainly worked out well for Afterlife up here. 14-1 versus the 8-0 so far of Mag. It's still kind of a little bit of a back and forth tug of war going on in mid lane, but maybe a little bit more into the favor of G since you've had the Ogre sitting here as well, and that's left the rest of the lanes a little bit more open.
Vega swapping over. Just because Axe needs Bristleback, his farm is going to be harmed a little bit by having a match. I think Dendy might be dead. Dendy's dead.
Oh my god, they got him. Well played.
He didn't have any react. He hadn't been hit by anything, really.
Yeah.
Had all these. That's the way Bristleback needs to play it. He plays it out where he stacks up the Quill Spray on you as a tip. And you're going around, you're like, I've got reactive armor stacks. Woo, doesn't matter. Your physical damage ain't shit to me. And then all of a sudden, you know, the fight draws out and you haven't been hit for a while, and all of a sudden your reactive armor goes. And then you've got like 6 Quill stacks on you. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It actually hurts a bitch. So this is how you have to play it. Real you. Hello.
Yeah, he is out of mana just about now, so gonna have to back out a little bit, but this is certainly a great start to it. And you pick this Timbersaw because you're expecting that you're gonna be able to have a good game against Dendy here. Well, not against Dendy, but the rest of the heroes. And so I don't know. I'm feeling like Na'Vi certainly a little bit under the gun. They're gonna switch it up now and send the real you to the top lane. And that leaves a free lane for Dendy now.
Afterlife is 5, so too much of a problem. Timbersaw is only an active threat to you.
Seneko in trouble, going to drop. They find that kill easy peasy. Silent is going to be there with the shackles, but just outside of range. Pycat will make his escape. So, yeah, Axe is going back in here to this bottom lane. I guess that they want to secure Bristleback a little bit more farm, and they feel like Axe is good enough to be able to either A, jungle, or push out the creep wave fast enough that Dendy can't really punish that too much. And so far, still very much a decent start for this for Vega. As far as rotations go, we have seen Silent be a little bit active. Do you think that he continues to maintain that and they start roaming around to find some kills at this point?
Maybe. Used to be. And get a patient with catch someone with sort of like, I don't need Blink Dagger if I have this much move. Looks like he's just going to do it by himself, and they're going to catch Pycat.
That was a little bit of a curious play. And now you do have not level 6 as of yet, but almost going to drop.
No.
Pycat barely getting out, still taking the damage from the Battle Hunger, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to bring him down. But Afterlife going to be punished. Can they get this kill? Shackles, good amount of damage. And one last pump from the Silent Shadow Shaman. We'll get that kill.
It was an excellent bait. Like, Afterlife fights the Juggernaut, Pycat goes ahead and spins. It's just like, didn't that happen in game 1 where he's spinning and all of a sudden he gets caught out by the Shadow Shaman? But unfortunately, Afterlife didn't get enough counter healing. Like, he just got unlucky. That's all there is to it. He had a full creep wave hitting him and he only got bang off the jump. Unfortunate there. At least they still get the knife for it.
Yeah. Oh, and that's pretty good. It is, again, maybe going to be a problem of having, like, limited mobility early, but I guess that maybe you feel okay with that right now, although Pycat moving forward, just going to spin right onto G's head and almost got juked out, but that's just going to be another kill. Pycat with the rotations in the jungle. But Silent? No, okay, not going to go for it.
A pre-level 6 rotation from a Juggernaut is pretty unusual. Works well for Pycat simply because he finds the... Pick if the troll had phase boots in melee form, maybe he can.
Well,
They gotta do something. The Bristleback, they rotated him to the safe lane, and that's great because Bristleback doesn't really have a good comeback mechanism. That's his biggest flaw. He's a mid-game dominator so well, but it has a bad. I like the fact that they give space and a safe, but they do have to start using. He is the true carry.
Yeah. Well, and you're going for double Vanguard here against a lot of damage that's coming out that's physical, but there's also a decent chunk of magical from Na'Vi, and, you know, that's one of the ways that Jug can help to work in this way is pushing it out. As we do see a pick off there, Seneko going to drop to the axe and Silent. But yeah, like double Vanguard, big, bulky, tanky guys, and then Troll there to clean up afterwards with taking damage onto the tower. So, interesting stuff. The thing that I'm kind of keeping my eye on, though, is that Dendi has been down here this whole time. Nobody's gone to mess with him, but Timbersaw's not going to take a tower by himself with tree armor going constantly.
Yeah, normally Timbersaw would be able to take the... Right? Like, he would just tank and tank and tank, and he'd get a bigger and bigger creep wave, and eventually the creeps would take the tower. Train Protector's doing a player has pulled the creep wave off of the tower. Deck the tier. Dendi's right. This basically cuts off one of the big advantages of running Timbersaw matchup. That normally Terrorblade or some of these Baden is actually you're just able to have this constant impact in the lane until you.
Yeah. And they will have answers for the Timber and in a little bit later stages of the game, like good lockdown from Silent, obviously, and well, he is going to take a little bit of damage here from Dendi. No points in Timber Chain means the chase down is going to be hard. Byver trying to find the opening, but Silent is just back out again and still playing dodge and duck. Their towers stand, and they're getting farm.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think if they should... They both went Van. Trying to think of which one of them, like, or if either one of them they can't with reactive armor.
Yeah, maybe they just don't.
Chill out.
Like, if you keep Axe holding the mid tower, if you keep Bristleback holding the top tower, they can only attack here. Like, it's not like you can go for Roche, and you just keep healing this. Is like the getting into those mid game items, is that going to be the timing, or do you think that Vega are looking at that option?
Probably just waiting. Seems they're not under much threat.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Na'Vi aren't really.
Oh. Well, they have brought in one now, and the Glimpse is going to be back. However, still getting chased through. They also have brought in Afterlife, so, well, when they bring in one, they bring in all, and they've decided it's time to go and start pushing the tier 1 of their own in the bottom.
There's finally enough damage on the push the Timber back and get great heals. The problem is Na'Vi's in because Highcat was ready to push in mid as soon as, and he's going to try and commit here to take this tier 1 tower because there were so many. He's right. He will be able to get it without ups by any. As a result, they may lose their safe lane tower, but you're always willing to mid tower first. It's just far more.
Ooh. Dealing some damage to the real you as well. Then he's going to probably come back here and see if he can farm up these wards, I would imagine. But again, you need to be a little bit careful. The Quill Spray is going to keep on racking up, and as you mentioned earlier, reactive armor only staying at 8 right now.
Gonna lose those.
Radiant's bottom tower has been
Boom, he goes down to 1, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is kind of like a calm game. Both teams are like down. Danik, lane A's. Timbersaw hit bottom, but it's a very slow back and forth.
Radiant's middle
Coming up
tower
soon.
is under attack.
City 1600. Once you back, Oh, scary big.
Well,
Solar Press is such...
Top lane, they have used pretty much everything here, and it is going to be a kill onto the Axe. So the Blink Dagger reveal from General bears fruit, and that's a pretty big kill too. Blink Dagger, 800 gold away for the Axe.
Most important hero to gank? They could have ganked anybody, right? Could have smoked.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
I think the Axe is Blink.
Oh, battle going on over here. Seneko going to be pulled back in. They get the overgrowth. Doesn't quite connect there on Biver. And, well, Seneko is going to probably end up dropping here, I think. Well, and also, actually, Biver walking away. He has a TP off cooldown, 12 seconds. Are they really not going to get anybody?
Find a little cubby hole. Hide himself in.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't even know if Aloha Dance knew that happened. But, all right, he finds the kill nonetheless.
Dendy's... Is he dead? Oh, he might be dead. Nice skewer from General, though. It actually protects Dendy, and they're going to be able to live because of that. Maybe even...
Oh, the Omni Slash comes out. They take down one, and Afterlife still so close to that Blink, and he ran down. He is going to get the call, and unfortunately, no Blink Dagger right now is most likely to die as well. And Seneko even picks up one. My bad. I love that.
Yo, that's so cool, because if they kill the Axe at top lane and delay his Blink Tag, because of that, they have a more successful rotation in mid lane, right? That beautiful skewer back prevents finishing played. So as a result, of them ganking top, they actually win mid lane that engagement. And now our Axe is sitting, like that one gank has turned its 5-minute delay on his Blink. Still sitting at 50.
And look at this right here as well. They see that there's the Magnus in the area. They have this Sentry Ward that's down, and they might think about going for it. There's the skewer back, though, and actually, the Gankies become the Gankers, as Silent going to get ran in. The RP is there with the Static Storm, and this might just be enough. He's still so tanky. The real you trying to continue this pressure now is going to get out the Vicious Nasal Goo and tries to run down Pycat. They get the slow as well from the Troll, but Disruptor there to save the day.
Navi recognizing that Bristleback is not a hero that they can keep fighting even. Take the free pick off in the Shadow Shaman. At this point, Dance would... It's almost dead, and it gets the last hit. It's very close. That's where you get that huge... as well as the defensive capability.
Yeah.
Man, there's like not enough magic damage in the world to be able to kill you.
Oh.
Because obviously, like, no physical is gonna wait. He's got Vanguard. He's got a shit ton of armor. Once she reaches that point, then Bristleback is set. Like that is his established, like, not fight me and it's like you have to throw everything. So Vega Squadron will hit this window where they can try and be the aggressors. Really need that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, is that it's great if you can, because I think that, like, with Timbersaw, if he threw his whole kit out just on the Bristleback, they probably find that kill. But then you have the Blink Dagger Axe to, like, break the combo or be, you know, go for a counter kill or whatever else, save a life. And if you do blow the whole load onto the Bristleback, then suddenly you end up probably getting wiped as well. So yeah, it's a nice little thing that he would love to be able to pick up now. And also, Timbersaw not going back for any type of defensive item, just straight Bloodstone. This is also a little bit scary.
Yeah, I think he has to be honest. But it does mean he is still going back. Defensive use of pretty much cuts away reactive armor. So, you know, I think Bloodstone is the choice that you always have to make. That's the item you have to go, because but it is going to scary, like, they have to pick and choose their team.
Okay. And again, ulti's up for pretty much everybody at this point. General has RP back off cooldown in 20 seconds. Again, it's just not really looking like they want to wait to take that fight. And Blink Dagger almost there for Afterlife. He is showing now, and well, he's going to actually have enough for the Blink Dagger as well as the TP if he can go and finish off this creep camp. He doesn't have enough for it right now. Sioma, oh, maybe if he would have passed his TP over to Afterlife, because Afterlife can't actually be there. They don't have the axe.
Can't kill him. Jesus.
All right, Axe is now coming in. He does have that blink, but there's the Omni Slash now down onto one. They're not been able to bring him down as of yet. They actually glimpse him away, and Afterlife doesn't end up finding a good catch, a call. It's not going to be enough. The RP, the Static Storm. Can they kill him off with the Chakram through it all? Dindy is there, and he takes down Axe as well.
Oh my god, that was such a beautiful play by Na'Vi in so many different ways. They're actually still going to try and chase down the Bristleback, but again, cut it out, guys. Bristleback, don't chase. That was a huge win for them. There were so many like misplays from Vega Squadron and just strong plays from Na'Vi. PyCat like barely avoided the call from Axe and then instantly still stay ahead of the Axe. At this point in time, with the Aegis in hand, they can keep going. Like they just play off of they can go for time. I would say without that extra life, I don't think you want to contest the Bristleback act.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Simply because...
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, right? Is that you talked about how strong the Bristleback is with Solar Crest, that they can fight with Axe Blink. And there's like this little window where the ultis are still on cooldown that they're going to try and exploit. And if they can find Dendy, this would be big for them. They are going to be able to get that call. They have the Shackles as well to follow it up. All of these different controlling techniques. But look at how tanky this guy is. They just can't bring him down. PyCat is there. No Omni Slash for another 20 seconds. And, well, they get the call. There's going to be another connection. They pull back one General onto him. But the Static Storm is also back up again. And now they've got under control the Bristleback. They came back with PyCat. Now they need to be careful, thinking about going for the ulti. Roots up 2. Can they find a kill onto these heroes? They don't want to focus down General, though, and the real you should be able to do it. PyCat has Omni Slash back up in 2 seconds. Thinks about going for it. Silent just going to die. They get another call, though. They're bringing them down low. Dendy goes through all of them. There is already the Omni Slash used. They buy back now on the Shaman, but Afterlife getting ran after. Kid's going to end up falling as well. Now they got to get out of here, Vega. They're being controlled, being killed off. PyCat with the double. They're going to pull back in this Bristleback. He still does a lot of damage.
I think the real you can actually beat him. Like, with the Solar Crest, Dendy's going to drop low enough that they can easily wipe him out with the physical damage. He only had 6 reactive armor stack, and the Solar Crest cuts down all of the armor, so it was a small little turnaround there. Oh my god, are they going to go? Oh, okay. They're just going to try and pick up Silent. I thought they glimpsed back the Bristleback again. I was like, no, guys, haven't you learned your lesson by now? You can't fight him.
Oh, wow. Well, it ends up being kind of a tit-for-tat trade. The plus side is that you burn through the Aegis Vega have, but the downside is that you're losing your tier 1 tower, and they don't really show that many signs of wanting to back off.
I think the biggest mistake was made by Vega Squadron's side when they started that fight. Going on a Timber Saw with the heroes they had, like they need Bristleback. They need that Solar Crest and bring down heroes because they've pretty much got only physical damage to rot. Got Ether Shock. So if you're only having physical damage, then you need your biggest minus armor item to be able to fight. So the fact that they went on this Timber 5-6 seconds of the Bristle being there, fatal mistake that cost Vega Squad. I would say that fight, right? I think they ended up on losing side of that engagement down the Aegis, yes, but
tower is under attack.
And it's out against a lineup that really can't fall behind. Again, a Bristleback is it.
Oh man, MVP tree right there. They spot out the Smoke Gank coming in. Afterlife barely able to get the blink away as General was looking for the opening. So that 4-person Smoke Gank is not going to end up bearing fruit, and Navi's still going to push the envelope here, trying to get that tier 1 tower. Afterlife?
Yeah, Afterlife. I think he wants to TP road
Dire's bottom
team
tower
to fight
is
this
under
one
attack.
because he's going to be in such good position. Tower. For example, if he gets like Biver and he gets him in an decent call, and he's able to kill him outright with no. Vega Squadron can.
Well, they'll take a moment to discuss it. Yeah.
FPS issues in Dota? No way. I've never heard of that. Have you, Lyrical?
No, man, definitely not. I haven't
It's certainly not with new patches or definitely not with new heroes. I am astounded that could be an issue in Dota 2 in 20.
I got a 1070, I got an i7, and I got 80 FPS. I don't know what's going on, but shit ain't right. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, it's okay. It happens. These things go on, and you know the other interesting thing is that every time there's one of these big moments where there's decision making to be made, that's when the FPS issues come up. I don't know.
It's okay. Suraction's apparently leaked that there's gonna be a patch in a couple.
Are people?
Or maybe it was just. You never know with that.
I know. What
that guy's honestly on some next level troll. You never know. You think like when he's off camera, like he'd be a more normal person.
Oh no.
But no, it's always on, and you never know when he's being.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. I mean, even you never know ever. Courier ends up going down. My bad. Love it. Great. Piver's a little bit upset about this. Oh Lord. Now I can't stop thinking about slacks. The hell.
Yeah, he's like a virus, man. Okay, so Afterlife's gonna pop his head out and cut the creeper. Not wanting to.
Okay.
Which is kind of sad to say, but it looks like they want to wait for.
Yeah.
You should not have been in a position where you're giving up towers with. But they are reading like okay, far enough behind.
Oh, and Afterlife now, he gets his Blink Dagger broken. Maybe going to be able to dodge away and does get out. Good call by him. Does he choose the wrong way? Oh, he had him. Oh, General. That was close.
And RP is well worth it. General probably didn't feel like he doesn't know how long that TP. Use it here to be able to catch G because G is really far forward.
What? All right. G is now about to die, and I don't know. I do not know.
I think he assumed because the Bristleback pushed out top and that there would be rotations from Navi to some of these cores. Tielma gonna die too? I thought he was good.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah. Well, they also left their courier up here on the high ground, which then gets taken down. So no couriers in this game, which is fine. Questionable. So 13-9. Navi still feeling like they're the ones that are control. You can see it's almost a 10,000 net worth lead. Right around a 6,000 experience. Next couple of minutes here. You've still got Roshan that's going to be up relatively soon. Maybe get some vision down there for both teams. Do you think that one team is more easily able to contest and fight it? Is the BKB on Bristle all that they need now?
Navi are significantly in net worth that I would say they have the advantage team fight, but Vega Squadron still has a decent chance. They farmed up their BKB. And failing that, Vega Squadron also can seek Roshan better because they have a troll. So it's like the 5-on-5 is probably favorable to me, but everything else.
Ooh. Well, this is a decent way to start it off. Get a nice little catch here onto the Ogre. It's going to end up dunking himself, but no real problem there. And Silent going to end up getting caught and killed. So they do trade 1 for 1. Now looking to see if he can catch up with Afterlife, but he is already far out and away.
It's not just a 1v1, right? It's force road. So like G, he felt comfortable. Mid. Maybe bottom. The Radiant jungle. Space for Anthem. You get both the BKB Bristleback and for Troll for the next Rosh. Then maybe the power swings back into Vega. Despite a gold advantage for Navi that is...
And certainly finding a big fight here could end up turning and making all the difference as well. You have a jump up on the Timbersaw yet again. They do have the Solar Crest this time, but he's still able to make a quick escape. Getting body blocked by his buddy, but Dendy forced to go for the deny. They might be able to make something of this nonetheless. The real you gets caught. PyKB has already been popped. They do still have Omni Slash if they want to try and turn this, but Solar Crest coming out. Biver just going to be eliminated here. Look at the amount of damage that's coming out. They do have the Fire Blast now, but they just can't do anything.
I'm not gonna lie, if I was a low dance, I would have pussied out there. I would have gone, oh, I'm not gonna chase 4 heroes, get a support. Oh, that's too risky. But he trusted his team. His team was making the rotations. He also trusted his own. He's gonna get that kill, and then he's gonna turn around. And if Navi go on him with him facing the opposite direction, then he'll easily initiate and for the good read of this. Nothing significant is a little bit more time. So all these things are. It's just more time for G to.
Yeah. And he is getting closer. They actually get the call now onto General. Again, just completely eviscerated. He will be back up, I believe, by the time Roshan respawns. So a little bit fortuitous there for Navi that they're going to have their mag back up. And instead, it's just going to be a movement in towards the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Dendy, he misses his chain, and they do have the Solar Crest there on him from the Ogre, but I don't know if it's going to end up being enough. They're pulling her back into the fight. There's going to be the Solar Crest, but he does manage to get out. A really big catch. Do they have enough damage? They're trying to bring down the real you. Aloha and standing tall in this one, but they haven't killed off any of them. Mag is still dead. No buyback for him. The damage is starting to rack up from all of these Quill Spray, but Silent being controlled. He's actually standing up against that one. Wasn't quite able to do enough. Another mischange, but Afterlife is going to be brought down, and Bristleback going to back out as well. So they end up taking that fight. Not able to do enough damage. No BKB on Troll ends up making the difference, I think.
Yeah, with the counter Solar Crest now on the Ogre Magi, that Dendy retains his tankiness that he used to have. You know? Like they had this window where they had a Solar Crest and they could cut down this tower really quick, but now with the counter Solar Crest, it makes a big difference. And Vega Squadron just like took a fight. They didn't bang this down. Fortunately, Roshan, they could have at least taken that tier 1 tower and set up for Road. Now, after an overextension, and B were the one to take a tower and a Roche.
God, that's so, like, as soon as they walk into the pit, it spawns, and you do still have a ability to fight this. It's not easy, and it's going down so quickly. I don't think they can get here in time. Oh, they're TPing in, but it's already gone. All right. General, lift up on the Eul Scepter. Does have the skewer back. Doesn't quite connect, though. And now, General's taking some more damage. They do have the kinetic field out. Can they do any more? In for the opening. Pull back again. There's going to be the call onto 1. They're starting to bring them low. They've already popped the battle trance, but there's going to be the Omni Slash down onto him as well. Actually, just the Manta style that ended up getting popping, but now they got control over Timbersaw as well. They're trying to kill off Dendy. The Static Storm is down onto 2, and General pulling back into the Skewer. They catch onto 2 of them. There's not enough damage. They have now found it, though, with the Omni Slash finally committed. Afterlife starting to follow, as well as the real you. They've got more than enough. They are going down. Oh my God, they all ended up dying to the Quill Spray. But Navi win the fight, retain the Aegis.
I think they forced that fight because they knew Healing Ward was down, but they're still fighting into an Aegis, and again, they targeted Dendy. Like, they should have learned their lesson from last time. There is a counter Solar Crest. You also have a Lotus Orb on Dendy. Hell, he actually has a value plate mail on top of that, where he can go for, like, Shivas later on. He also has the Medallion of Courage. So, just because you have some minus armor that used to work again doesn't mean you can rely on that anymore. Like, Dendy is just, you cannot focus him down. And throw away too much of your do it. And I think the game's over. Like, I don't think Vega Squadron can make a timely recovery on it. Far behind him.
God, really rough. And again, these little moments here, you've got Afterlife who's just hasn't been able to. I mean, they've all been doing a good job, I think. Everybody from Vega has been making that right play, but like you said, maybe it's the target prioritization that's the biggest deal. And also just the Troll Warlord, who feels like he's just perpetually been almost at that BKB, but not quite there. And now G, I believe, about to be picked off again. They have the glimpse to pull him back in. They shackle up Dendy, but they have the Static Storm down, and they're just going to punch to death and kill him off.
Gonna be one lane of ranks.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
It was just Vega Squadron to me just don't look like the stronger team. You know, they just made too many mistakes. One of the biggest potential turning points that they missed was up lane, having the Bristol back there. They could actually kill the Timber Saw with their disabled. Then take the team fight. That would have been worse than that. They could actually win this game.
Oh my God!
As it is,
that's the thing. Like you can, if you're at that point where you can just take down the Bristleback like that, they're gonna get the RP. Oh no 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 no! Everybody is dead, and GG is called. Na'Vi are gonna knock Vega Squadron out of there and move on to face the final boss, Secret, in the grand finals.
That should be exciting. It's Na'Vi versus Secret. The first time around was, I think, a really exciting and fun. Seen time and time before that when team loses in the upper bracket, but then manages to go. They always do